Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Showdown team building. Today we are building a team around Mega-Absol. This was a suggested Pokemon and I am very happy about this because Mega-Absol is probably one of my favourite Megas. Just look at the design. I nicknamed it Thanatos because of the design. I mean, I've been playing as Smite, I've said this many times. It's on my mind, leave the name alone. It works, it has wings, sure we'll go with it. And one thing to keep in mind about Mega-Absol is it does get Magic Bounce when it Mega Evolves. This means it actually takes a little bit of skill to play. So if I predict, like first turn, they're going to go for Stealth Rocks, and I lead off with Thanatos, get a Magic Bounce back on the Stealth Rocks and step a Swords Dance, that's a very, very strong lead. So if that can happen, it would be great. However, there is the chance that they know I'm going to swap into an Absol Magic Bounce, and the defense is pretty frail, so we'll see. So I did mention Swords Dance, that is a move it's going to have. It's going to get Sucker Punch as well, because priority, it's just beautiful, it's a beautiful move. As for its other moves, it really depends on what you want to run. I'm going to be running Play Rough, because that allows us to hit Dark types, Dragon types that are common, that sort of thing. But for a final move, it's really up to you. It really doesn't matter too much. What move do we want on a Mega-Absol? What walls are Mega-Absol? Fighting types, but we have Play Rough for that. Bug types, but they aren't particularly prominent. They're not amazingly common. And Fairy types, which we can't hit very well. And we don't get anything like Poison Jab. Nope. So we can pretty safely just run anything we like. So I think we're going to run with Psycho Cut. It's another thing to hit fighting types. It may be useful, who knows. And that is a nice sweeping set. This is probably going to be our sweeper. So we want a core to build around this sweeper. We want something that resists the types I just mentioned. Fighting, Bug, and Fairy. Those three. Fighting, Bug, Fairy. What do we have for Fighting, Bug, and Fairy? Specifically, Fighting and Fairy. Not so much Bug. Bug isn't an amazingly difficult thing to deal with. So Poison types would be quite nice to have, actually. We are looking at the defenses, not the offenses. Sorry, Nidoking. Nidoqueen is reasonably bulky. There's something a little bit better than that, I'm sure. We could have a special defensive Vileplume, that could work, but that's in NU, there might be something a little bit better. Roselia, where's Roserade? Roserade. 105 special defense. I think this would be good. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a specially defensive Roserade. We're going to call you Drew, because you were in my randomizer, and you, yeah. You're returning to us right now, sure, let's go with that. Your shiny looks... I'm not a big fan of that, actually. We're not going to have you shiny. We are going to have you holding the... Not the Assault Vest, because you could actually get some recovery. Natural Cure... We're not going to be using Technician. Sure, we'll have Poison Point, actually. That could be useful. We'll give you Sludge Bomb. We will give you Giga Drain. We will give you Leech Seed, and we will give you... You do get things like Sleep Powder, which could be really good. You do also get Synthesis, which could be nice. I think we're going to give you Synthesis, and you are going to be specially defensive. Yep, that set looks just about right. Okay, so a physically defensive counterpart to Drew would be resistant to Fire and Ice. Those are the two big problems I'm seeing, because they're common typings rather than Flying. Flying I'd also like a defense too, but that can be a different Pokemon. I want a Water type, that's what I'm seeing basically. Straight up Water type. So we have, is there a Water type that resists, it's not electric, that resists Flying? I mean, physically defensive Lantern, not the best. That's more specially defensive. Physically defensive Corsola? I think not. I think definitely not. Physically defensive. Ooh, I'm not seeing much of good physical defense. Physically defensive for Relicanth? No, thank you. Damn, I'm not seeing much actually. One Pokemon that has popped into my head is actually Vaporeon. It doesn't have the best physical defense, but honestly, when you put it to its HP, it's pretty bulky. So I think we're going to take Vaporeon. Pretty sure I've had you on the team before and you were called Neptune, so we're just going to stick with that. You're going to have Leftovers, and Drew, you're going to have Black Sludge. I don't know why I didn't give you Black Sludge when you're a Poison type. And you're going to have Scald for possible burns. You're going to have Ice Beam. And we could give you Wish Protect. But that's a little bit scummy. I don't like that. We'll give you the Wish. We won't give you Wish Protect. We could give you Acid Armor. We could definitely give you Acid Armor. That could be really useful. You don't really see these things set up, and normally they're... I think we're going to do it. We're going to go with Acid Armor. And we're going to get rid of Ice Beam, and we're just going to give you Toxic. So you're a little bit stally, sure, but you're also kind of bulky. You're going to have a little bit more in your defense. It's going to be a little bit mixed. Just for that tiny little bit in extra special defense so you can take a hit. That's a really weird set, but you know what? If you don't do anything weird, then you never advance. You never find new sets unless you do this stuff. So, we're looking for something right now that resists flying. I really need a resistance to flying. I don't know what we're going to get that has a resistance to flying, because I don't have anything in mind. What resists flying? Rock? Steel? Steel. Metagross. 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 Sure, Metagross, why not? I'm not overthinking things. I like Metagross. I have no good name for you, you're just going to be called Steven. Oh my god, so original, you know it. You're going to have Bullet Punch for priority. Beat your mash. What else do we give you? Tempted to give you Ice Punch. I would give you Zen Headbutt, but honestly, am I going to need Zen Headbutt for anything? What does it hit? Fighting types? Meh, we can hit them neutral with Meteor Mash. It hits... What does Psychic hit other than Poison? Oh, Poison Fighting. Yeah, I'm not seeing either of those as particularly threatening. I think we can just take Earthquake, and for a final move, we might even take something like Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch or Ice Punch? I think we'll go with Ice Punch, and that looks good. You're going to be bulky, why the hell not, and we will give you an Assault Vest, because honestly, that will make your defenses really nice. That looks pretty good. We don't have anything to get rid of rocks, so Stealth Rocks, that sort of thing. So I'd preferably like a Pokemon with Defog rather than Rapid Spin, because I want something that is immune to ground, as we have three neutral hits to it and one weakness. So what do we have that has either Levitate and Defog? Cresselia, do you get Defog? Are you a Defogger? If you're not, okay. I'm not particularly mad about that. I don't particularly want to use it, but it would have been great if it was. If that thing got Defog, Jesus, that'd be broken. What do we have that gets Defog? Mandibuzz? Not feeling that. You were pretty recent. I want to kind of mix up the teams. Zapdos. I forgot you were UU. I always think you're OU, but no, you've been moved down. Okay, I think we're going to roll with a Zapdos. As for an item, however, what do we give this thing? I don't know. Citrus? Citrus could work. Citrus doesn't seem the best. What could you run? Life Orb? But that's... I don't know. I don't know what to run on this. Okay, we'll do the moves first. You're going to be Defogger. You're going to be getting Volt Switch. You're going to be kind of bulky, I know that much. You're going to have Thunder Wave, because you're going to be more utility than anything else. And you're going to get Roost, and I think that's going to be that. Maybe not Thunder Wave. I don't particularly like having Thunder Wave when we have Toxic on something else, because it might screw us up. Plus, I'm pretty sure you're now viable static. Pretty sure this was released recently. So, because of that, you're also gonna get... Do we give you the straight up Thunderbolt? I think we just give you the straight up Thunderbolt. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt. Yep, I think we're gonna do that. And you're gonna be bulky, special attacker. So, you're gonna have a Citrus Berry. Why not? You're bulky. That works. I don't have a name for you just yet. Now, I need something that can come in and sweep, essentially. Something that if something happens to Finalizing, I need something that's just going to come in, deal insanely heavy damage, preferably a Choice Scarfer. Let's look for good physical Choice Scarfers. Arcanine, not so much. Darmanitan, yes, but that's a weakness to ground, which I'm trying to avoid. In fact, what kind of weaknesses do we not want? We don't want to pick up any weaknesses to Ice. Ice would be bad. We don't want any weaknesses to... Is there anything else? I'm only seeing common weaknesses in Ice. There's got to be more than that. There has to be more than that, right? Is it honestly just Ice? We could go with Darmanitan in that case, we really could. Choice Scarf Physical, there's more options. Haxorus, it's only 2 times weak to Ice. I want to use a Haxorus. I really want to use Haxorus. Oh dear. Oh dear, I want to use Haxorus so badly. Heracross, it's weak to Flying. But honestly, we have 2 resistances to Flying. Choice Scarf Heracross does get Moxie. It has access to Close Combat, which is Fighting Stab we don't have. Yeah, I'm sold. Heracross, you're going to be our Choice Scarfer. So you're going to get Moxie. You're going to get Close Combat, that's for certain. Earthquake, that's for certain. What else do you get? I don't know. I don't use this Pokemon as much as I probably should. What other bug moves do you get? Please let me get something better than Megahorn. Megahorn it is. And finally, we will give you... You could use Knockoff. You could lock yourself into Rock Slide. Honestly, at the moment, we can't hit flying types, so I am thinking Rock Slide. That looks kind of nice. I'm tempted to go with Knockoff over Megahorn. I really am. I think I'm doing it. I'm going Knockoff. I don't like the move Megahorn. It misses too much. It misses way too much. I'll run Stone Edge, which has a lower accuracy and less base power, but I won't run Megahorn. Don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's base 120. With Stab, that's base 180. Screw it. Screw it. It's not going to miss. It's not real. It doesn't miss. Oh my god, it's pink and it's beautiful. Okay. Nicknames. I'm out of nicknames, so I'm going to call you Dorothy, because that sounds like an old sort of cat lady name. That sounds nice. That'll fit. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. And for a Heracross name, you're going to be called Jiminy. In fact, no, you're just going to be called Jimmy. There you go, Jimmy the Heracross, Dorothy the Zapdos. Sure, let's go with that. So this looks like it's going to be our Mega-Absol team. It looks good. It looks good. It does look kind of nice. We have a tiny little bit of a psychic weakness, but we have an immunity and a resistance. We have a little bit of a flying weakness, but we have a couple of resistances. I'm okay with this team. Okay, so if you guys have enjoyed this team builder, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, it really helps out, and without further ado, bye!